You're listening to BK Presents on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Hello, everyone. My name is BK International Talent Scout. I'm bringing a brand new show to you called BK Presents. 30 minutes, non-stop, your favorite in gospel music. Studio sessions, going deep into interviews with your favorite artists, producers, and their engineers. You and your music. Concert previews and concert reviews. Get it all on bkpresents.com. Hello, everybody. This is BK Talent Scout. We are so excited to be here. We have a special guest, Tracy Oden. She's going to be talking about tango, but let me talk about Rainier Avenue Radio needs your help. And you can help us by donating. You can go to Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio, or you could go online at rainieravenueradio.world/donate. We need your help. Please donate. Every dollar makes a difference. Okay, let's get into the show. Today, I'm going to be talking to my good friend, Tracy Oden, who can sing now. But on this show, we're going to be talking about tango. It is the game changer. If you're an independent artist, jazz artist, solo artist, group, choir, you got to get into this tango. So, Tracy, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. I'm really excited to be back here talking about how I'm working with the communities and with brands and artists making a difference. Really excited to be back.
Let's just talk about who you are in your company, just a broad stroke of just what your company's about and why you're so excited about tango.
Yeah, so BK and I have known each other for a couple of years.
Few decades.
Yeah. I've been a performer. I've been stage manager. I've been event planner. I've been in the corporate world for close to 30 years now, 29 coming up in March. But I've always been around music. And a couple of years ago, I became one of the owners of Kalimba, the Spirit of Earth, Wind, and Fire. That opened up.
That's one of my favorite groups.
Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah, so I made some great connections there, and it just started opening up doors. And then I had musicians that started coming up to me asking me, "Hey, will you help me? Will you manage me?" And at first I said no, but when the doors keep getting knocked on, you have to listen. So,
yes.
So last April, I started my company, Residence Event Management.
Love the name.
Thank you.
How did you come up with the name?
I just really started thinking about the impact that I wanted to make. And when you think about the word resonating, it's that full sound, that broad sound, that quality sound, and everything comes together to influence and make an impact. And so once I came up with the name, then I realized I didn't just want to do booking and management. I wanted to be on a mission and create a platform to bring together artists, brands, and communities.
Artists, brands, and communities.
Right. Yep. So the three major things. So what I'll talk about a little bit today is the artist side. But then that business, I also do business consulting, which is how I was introduced to tango. So my company is under a year old. I have 9 artists that I'm currently working with, including the original band of Tony, who's putting out new music.
One of my best friends, he's like a brother, Amar Khalil.
Yep.
He is the lead singer of this group right here.
Yes.
And he also traveled with Tony for over 20 years as the lead singer.
Yes, and that is the connection. So you and I hadn't seen each other for many years, and then you introduced me and Amar, and in June last year, I connected with Amar. He said, "Hey, why don't you come down to San Francisco, see us perform, meet the group?" And then I ended up signing them on in July. And then one of the members introduced me to the CEO of Digi Smart Disc, who produces tango, and I'll show you the product here in just a minute. But started giving them feedback. And then part of my business is a business consultant around management systems. And so I was giving them some feedback on some of their information, and then they decided to bring me on board as a consultant, and I'm their executive marketing director, and really excited to be working with the CEO and the talent scout or the talent artist relations. So really excited to be partnering with them.
Let's talk about this crazy thing called TANGGO. What is it?
Yeah, so can you go to the presentation? All right, so, that formatting is off, sorry. So here's the problem.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the problem.
Yep. So the streaming platforms have created an environment where discovery is king. I've come across some amazing artists listening to some of the big streaming platforms. But the problem is when the streaming scaled up, it diluted the ownership and the revenue streams for the artist. So for an artist to make $1,000, it takes 314,465 streams on Spotify.
Now, how long is that?
So if you have a 3.5-minute song, it would have to play continuously for just over 2 years
to get $1,000.
To get $1,000.
That's wow. Right. That's insane.
That's 5.5 cents listening hour.
Say that again.
5.5 cents per listening hour.
Wow.
So think about the artist pours their soul and their life into their music. It is impossible relying on streaming to have a sustainable career.
Now, when you say streaming, does that include YouTube, Spotify?
That's
so platform. Is that all the streaming platforms?
Yeah. So the 0.3 of a penny is mainly Spotify. Apple pays about a cent per song, but you have algorithms. So even as a consumer, I can log into my Spotify. I love it because I can discover new artists, but it plays on an algorithm. However, I have no way to connect with the artists that I like. And if artists pull their catalog from the streaming platform, where am I going to go to listen to them? Right. Because they're not getting paid. So the streaming industry is designed to make the platforms money using algorithms, and it's just not benefiting the artist. So that's the problem that we're trying to solve. TANGGO is not replacing streaming. Let's face it, streaming is here to stay. Technology always moves our world forward. So there's a good place for that. But we need to rebalance. We need to rebalance the revenue and the ownership and the direct fan engagement. So
there they are.
Do you want to zoom in and let's take a closer look?
Let's look at what TANGGO is, guys.
So TANGGO is made by the company Digi Smart Disc. They are founded out of Oakland, California. They have a deep understanding of both IT and the music industry. So long heritage in here. So they created the ecosystem. We have a free app. It's the TANGGO Media app that you can download through Apple or through the Android. It binds it to your phone. So you download the app on your phone, and then you take this, and I'll take it out of the package. It's actually a keychain. It looks like a mini CD, and it becomes a collectible. So the artist gives the company all of their content, their label, and it looks like a little mini CD and a keychain. Cool. And then when the user downloads the free app, they download the free app, and then they tap to transfer it to their phone. They add new music. You tap to transfer. It takes 2 seconds to transfer all of the content. But what's cool is it's not just audio. So this is what no one has. So on their album, it has their full CD or their full catalog.
Nice.
It has photos, and it's whatever content that the artist wants to put on there. And then it also has videos. So this video that's on here is You Want to Dance.
Oh yeah, let's see. Okay. Nice. Okay. My guy. All right. Now, let's talk about, so let's say I'm an indie artist. I go, Tracy, I'm an indie artist. I got a CD. I got 4 videos.
Yep.
How much can actually go on a Tango?
Yeah. So technically, there's no limit to the artist decides what they want to put on here.
Okay.
They can put multiple videos. They can put a full album. So when I first got this from 3TOB's music, there was 10 songs. And then about 2 weeks ago, I discovered there was an 11th song. So
a bonus track.
Right. So I called Elijah and I said, something happened. What did I just miss this 11th song? And he's like, oh no, we did a remix. So they were able to get in on the back end through the magic of IT and load new music. So
an artist can have like 4 videos, a documentary, a mini movie.
Yep. They decide what's on there. We are onboarding artists right now. The company is 2 years old. We're past proof of concept, so we know that it works. People are excited about it. So we are actively talking to musicians who are in the process of releasing new music. So they provide the material, we produce it, we ship it, and then they sell it at their shows. So it becomes a great merchandise item. The artist can decide to build it into the cost of the ticket. So everybody that walks in will come out with their full album. They can sell it at their merch table if they choose, if they want to do a VIP package. If you have a community event with entertainment, you can get corporate sponsors. And corporate sponsors could put their information, the nonprofit.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. So if you have a nonprofit that wants to put their content on the album as well, now you've created influence in that arena.
Okay, so I want to ask the question. So I'm an artist. I get my information on there.
Yep.
I'm an Apple guy. You're an Apple girl, right?
Yep.
So if I put it on my phone, can I watch it on my laptop or my iPad?
I believe you can watch it on your iPad. What's great for the artist is it binds it to your phone. So I can't take this and give it to my friends. So the artist is going to be able to generate the revenue and retain the revenue and create that sustainability for their career.
Okay. What about churches? They have a choir they want to record. Can a choir get Tango?
Absolutely. Any audio, video, or photos can go on a Tango. So it's not limited. We're starting in the music industry because we're trying to provide a solution and put ownership and revenue back in the hands of the artist.
As a person, how do you feel about listening to Tango as you go through your day in your car? What's the sound like?
Well, it's going to depend on the quality of your phone. You heard it a little bit when I played it, but I have an iPhone, amazing sound system. So it's really going to depend on the quality of your phone. But the content from a production standpoint is solid, and they're using very high quality.
So now you guys have the capability of doing add-ons even after the initial, what would you call it, download or submission?
Transfer, right.
Transfer.
Right. Yep.
So it goes from this right here to your phone.
It transfers the data. Now this becomes a keychain collectible.
Okay, and so once it transfers, there's nothing left on here?
Correct.
So then this is your...
it's a collectible.
It's a collectible.
Yep, physical collectible.
Keychain, necklace.
Right.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, there is a surging market for merchandise, for collectibles. People are buying vinyls, CDs are kind of going by the wayside. It's older technology. It was great when it came out. And so this blends a modern feel to a retro feeling.
Okay. Let's shift to girl power, woman power. Have you been talking to any women groups, any solo artists that are excited about tango?
I've been talking to a lot of different artists, ones that I work with and ones that I've been introduced to. So anybody that we can get in front of, I'm bringing into the team so we can have a conversation about tango and how it could help them.
So I'm just talking from a Talent Scout, community organization, gospel music lover at large. The question that keeps popping into my mind, are you guys able to like talk to independent record labels where record labels want to get all their artists into this crazy tango thing?
Yeah, because we're working with professional musicians, the door's open to have those conversations. I've not personally had those conversations yet, but if people want to reach out, absolutely, we will bring them to the table.
Oh, wow.
This is really limitless. I mean, we are just on the ground floor launching. The company has spent the last couple of years making sure they get the product right. 3TOB is the launch band. They've been talking to several different artists who are getting ready to go out on tour. So now we are staging for that production of the tangos.
Is this an international global company or is it just based in the USA?
Yeah, so Digi Smart Disc is based out of Oakland, California.
Oakland!
Yeah.
Oakland, California!
Yes, yeah. So they are a US-based company. We have an amazing development team. They are continually making enhancements. They're getting ready to roll out a new platform. So this is going to be something that is sustainable and continuing to develop and evolve.
Do you see yourself traveling around the world?
Absolutely.
Talking about tango.
Absolutely.
How can people like get in touch with you? You know, like how can people like, hey, I seen you on BK Presents. How can you come talk to our group, our company, our label, our church? How can people reach you?
The best way to reach me is probably just through texting or my phone. My phone number I can give out.
Or they could go to your website.
They actually probably the better method would be go to tango.net.
Okay.
TANGGO.net. Yes.
TANGGO.net.
Yes.
NET?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yep. Okay, I got to check that out. I'm really excited about this because it's something new, it's something different. Just from your perspective, how big is this going to be? Is this going to be the new CD, the new digital thing? I mean, how big is this tango thing going to be?
You know, every artist that we've talked to, and we have talked to some 90s A-list artists that are still performing. You know, we're working on some brand ambassadors that have the relationships with other artists. Everybody that sees it is so excited about the potential and about the resurgence of collectibles and live entertainment and especially the opportunity for two fronts. The artist creating that direct fan engagement and getting their royalties, which they're not paid from streaming. And even the record labels have, you know, some interesting payout methods. But this puts the control of the revenue and the ownership and the relationship back in the hands of the artist so they can continue to grow and engage. And then from a fan perspective, now I like streaming, but I'm renting access where I have no control. I can discover new artists, but because it's algorithms, I don't get to control things on the back end, right? So if my artist pulls their catalog, what am I going to do? So I'm renting that access. And the artists don't know who I am. Not that they need to know who I am, but I want to directly support artists that I care about.
Right.
And I can do that by going to the concert and purchasing a tango.
Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty,
Mhm.
the investment in Tango. Can you share? You don't have to give specific numbers, but
Mhm.
can you round them out? I'm an artist, I'm a group, I'm a label, I'm a church.
Mhm.
What is my investment to get started in this Tango phenomena?
Yeah. So, it's a pretty low investment value for an artist. If they want to purchase tango for their shows, they're about $6 a piece to produce. And that's because, again, video, photos, and audio. It's not just putting an audio on a CD. So it's going to be an initial cost. It's a minimum order quantity of 100.
Oh,
so you're
wow.
looking about $600 to get 100.
Okay.
And then you can reorder bigger volumes. If it's a major tour that's happening, I think there's a price break at 5,000.
Okay.
Would bring it down to about 500. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. But
what's the turnaround time? Say, hey, I'm an artist.
Mhm.
It's January. I give you my information.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about going on a mini tour in March or April.
Mhm.
What's the turnaround time once you get all the information that's going to go in the system?
Yep. So once the artist provides their content and it's produced, it takes 1 to 2 weeks to produce. But before it goes to production, we will give the proof back to the artist, and when they approve, it takes 2 to 3 weeks to produce and ship. So it can be a quick turnaround.
Wow. And you can reorder or
you can
so like say, okay, I'm gonna get 500, right?
Yep.
Then can I reorder and get 1,000? Do you get a price break or the price stays the same?
Yep. So you can absolutely reorder. You can update content and it'll flow out to the people who already have Tango. That's what I experienced having this. And then there's a price break once you order 5,000. So if you order 500, then you come in and order another 1,000. It would be the same price, but you could always reach out to them and have a conversation.
Okay.
But at this point, it would be the $6 per. But you could put in
what's next
orders.
for your? Okay, so this is my question. When is Kalimba and this group gonna be doing something together? That's the show.
We are working on it, man. We want to do a Feels Good in September anniversary of the Elements. We got some exciting opportunities ahead of us. So nothing, solidified right now, but
are you looking at doing some things? Are you looking at doing some festivals with this group and presenting tango at festivals?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we are working on, because I work directly with 3TOB and some other bands. We are looking at doing a new festival, hopefully later this year. So
nice.
We're in the very beginning concept stages, but we've got a festival that we're talking about. 3TOB is looking to tour. We're looking for venues for them across the country.
3TOB.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm actually in initial talks with a nonprofit organization in the North End who we're looking at doing a benefit concert at some point this year. So we don't have a date and a venue nailed down, but there's definitely an open door.
Now we gotta talk about Vegas. Are these any of your artists performing on the Strip, outside of the Strip?
We again are working on that. So there's some real tangible opportunities that are coming at us in the next couple of months that are going to open those doors for Vegas and other cities around the country and potentially Canada.
When are you singing again? That's what we want to know. When are you singing again? Okay, so you was in a group with Carl.
Right, Carl, Jerome, and Faithful. Yep.
At one point, you were a special guest performer at Festival Sinjada during Black History Month a few years ago.
Right. It's going to take a little bit to get me on stage. I'm much more comfortable being on the business side and bringing people together. And so, yeah.
Okay, do you want to record? Are you doing any studio?
People
just want to know.
I know. I've been in the studio with Carl Jerome and Faithful. That was an amazing experience. Right. And then several years ago, I went into a studio and did some background vocals with a guy that I went to church with. And I had never had that experience. It was so much fun. And don't know if that song ever went anywhere. But it was a great experience. So I would be open to that in the future, but it's really not where my heart lies. Right now, I'm on the business side, making an impact and an influence.
Okay, so young people are checking you out, old people are checking you out. Are you open to be keynote speaking,
absolutely,
inspiration, doing one-on-one? Are you thinking about developing a mentoring program? Talk to us, Tracy. What's going on?
Yes, so I love to engage with people, to make an impact. I live my life and in a way where when I know that I am adding value in whatever capacity, that motivates me to do more. I'm coachable, I'm trainable. I don't know everything, but I know people who know a lot of stuff. And so I really find value in connecting with people and influencing. And I do that in the corporate world. I love collaboration and teamwork. And, I've found that the mission with my company, connecting artists, brands, and communities, is a good fit for anything that I want to do. So whether it's representing an artist, getting them bookings, giving them some things to consider, looking at it from a fan's perspective, consulting with TANGGO. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Help me understand this. And then just forming those relationships. That's what drives me and motivates me.
This is a funky package. This TANGGO stuff, it's a funky package. What you think about it?
I think it's small and tangible and easy to pack.
Okay. I think, we got to bring her back for another show. This is BK International Talent Scout. I was hanging out with my good friend Tracy Oden. She was talking about TANGGO. Look, guys, we want you to donate to Rainier Avenue Radio. And guess what, guys? We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Seattle, for checking out the show with BK Presents on Rainier Avenue Radio. It's been our pleasure. But listen, we want to connect with you. Maybe you have some takeaways from the show that you would like to let us know about. You can do that in two ways. You can go on Twitter and follow us at BK Presents, or email us bkpresents@gmail.com. Once again, that's bkpresents@gmail.com.